Korean consumers' confidence in the economy edged down in February from the previous month as uncertainties linger, despite an overall improvement in economic activity.
And this comes after President Park on Tuesday vowed to boost domestic demand in her 3-year economic plan. Our Connie Kim reports.
Korea's Consumer Sentiment Index, a gauge of consumers' overall economic outlook, living conditions, and future spending, dipped for the first time in 5 months in February. The Bank of Korea says the index came in at 108 this month, down 1 point from January, when it hit an almost 3-year high. It isn't all doom and gloom, however, as the reading, which is above 100, still means optimists outnumber pessimists. That said, consumers feeling less confident of the economy could raise red flags about future growth at a time when President Park is pushing to create more balance between domestic demand and exports. The president stated as much Tuesday when she laid out her 3-year economic innovation plan.
기초가 튼튼한 경제, 역동적인 혁신 경제, 내수 수출 균형 경제 등 3대 핵심 전략을 제가 임기 내내 직접 챙기면서 강력하게 추진해서 성공적으로 이끌어 갈 것입니다.
The Bank of Korea says February's consumer sentiment figure was largely due to consumers not being able to feel the economic recovery in their everyday lives. The sub-index measuring medical expenses and housing expenses dropped 2 points and 1 point respectively in February. In order to achieve the president's targeted economic growth of 4% by 2017, all eyes are fixed on whether the government has the right measures in place to boost flagging domestic demand. Connie Kim, Arirang News.